Here's the latest update on the news that Iran hacked the phone of Israel's former justice minister. Latest developments. Channel 12 reports Iran hacked Ayelet Sheikh's phone. According to the Jerusalem Post, which cited a Channel 12 report, Iran-linked actors successfully infiltrated the mobile phone of Ayelet Sheikh, Israel's former justice minister. The infiltration occurred after she clicked on a suspicious link, granting the hackers full control over her device. This story was published on August 15, 2025. Shin Bet confirmed the breach. Israel National News, Arutz Shiva, added that this surveillance was identified roughly 2 weeks later, when the Shin Bet, Israel's internal security service, informed Sheikh of the breach. Reports noted that several attempts were made over recent weeks to hack into the phones of current and former officials. Shin Bet warned them about the crucial need to avoid clicking on unknown links or entering credentials on unverified websites. Israel National Target *** Ayelet Sheikh, former Justice Minister of Israel method of breach ***, clicking a malicious link leading to full device compromise discovery. Shin Bet notified Sheikh approximately 2 weeks post-infiltration. Broader context, similar hacking attempts were reported targeting other current and former officials. What this means. Phishing remains a potent threat. This incident underscores how a single click can open a gateway to severe digital intrusions, even for high-profile figures. Institutional response. Shin Bet acted swiftly to notify the target and caution other officials, highlighting that sophisticated cyber threats are actively targeting decision-makers. Cybersecurity urgency. This event amplifies the growing cyber conflict between Iran and Israel, emphasizing the importance of robust digital hygiene and proactive monitoring. Want to dive deeper? If you'd like, I can help you explore. Broader patterns of cyber espionage targeting Israeli officials. Analysis of Iran's cyber capabilities and tactics. Official responses from Israeli authorities or commentators. Just let me know what angle interests you most. Iran leaning toward resuming nuclear talks. Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei appears to be shifting toward diplomacy, approving the resumption of nuclear negotiations with the U.S. amid economic hardships, energy crises, and political pressures. President Masoud Pezeshkian emphasizes that diplomatic engagement is crucial to avoiding further conflict. #2. Alleged Israeli airstrike on Evin prison called an apparent war crime. Human Rights Watch condemns the June 23 Israeli airstrike on Tehran's Evin prison, which occurred during visiting hours, for causing devastating civilian casualties, at least 80 deaths, and destruction of medical and visitation facilities. Survivors reportedly faced abuse, disappearances, and harsh detainment afterward. The VRW argues the attack was unlawfully indiscriminate and calls for independent investigations into possible war crimes. Cyber and espionage warfare continues. Post-ceasefire, a cyber war is intensifying between Iran and Israel. Israeli hacking groups have reportedly compromised Iranian financial systems, while Iran has responded with hack and leak campaigns targeting Israeli supply chains and sowing digital confusion. Iran-linked hackers breach Israeli official's phone. Hackers allegedly backed by Iran infiltrated the personal phone of Israel's former justice minister, Ayelet Sheikh. The breach was facilitated through a phishing link she clicked, marking a significant cyber intrusion into high-level Israeli leadership. Jerusalem. Hezbollah expresses gratitude for Iran's support. Hezbollah leader Naim Qassem publicly thanked Iran for its ongoing support in their confrontation with Israel, highlighting Tehran's continued influence in regional proxy dynamics. Arabiya English. Israeli military hints at potential new strikes. Israel Defense Forces Chief Eyal Zamir reiterated that another preemptive strike against Iran remains a possibility, signaling that military options remain on the table. Anadolu Ajansi, 8. Tehran rebukes Netanyahu's Greater Israel claims. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi dismissed Netanyahu's remarks about a Greater Israel as Western media exaggeration, reflecting sustained ideological and rhetorical confrontation. Iraq-based militias stay out of Iran, Israel war. Iran-aligned Iraqi militias abstained from joining the conflict, reportedly due to strategic considerations that diverge from Tehran's immediate interests, highlighting fractures among Iranian proxy forces. Opinion: a non-aggression pact could be diplomatic path forward. An op-ed in Haaretz argues that a sustainable resolution may lie in a historic non-aggression pact, emphasizing diplomacy over continued militarization, even if trust on both sides is minimal. Summary table: diplomacy versus conflict ***. Iran appears to lean toward nuclear talks, while Israel maintains readiness for further strikes. Human rights controversy surrounds the Evin prison attack. Accountability is under scrutiny. Cyberspace engagement: cyber operations persist. Both sides engage in digital offensives. Regional dynamics: proxy actors like Hezbollah and Iraqi militias play distinct roles amid conflict. Information warfare, cyber breaches, and aggressive rhetoric shape the broader narrative. Let me know if you'd like deeper insights on any of these stories, such as details of the cyber attacks, on-the-ground diplomatic developments, or expert commentary. Iran's rulers face existential choice after Israeli. Iran's rulers face existential choice after U.S.-Israeli Human Rights Watch says Israeli airstrike on Iranian prison was an apparent war crime. Israeli airstrikes on Tehran killed inmates in apparent war crime. Report. Here's what's really going on with those widely shared AI-generated Orca attack videos, like the ones featuring Jessica Ratcliffe or Marina Lazaro. The videos are entirely fake. A video showing an orca allegedly attacking a Marine trainer named Jessica Ratcliffe has gone viral across TikTok, Facebook, and other platforms. However, it has been conclusively debunked as a fabrication. That person doesn't exist, and the setting, Pacific Blue Marine Park, is also made up. Experts point out clear signs of AI-generated audio and visual elements. Shortly after, another similar video emerged featuring someone named Marina Lazaro supposedly being attacked by an orca. This, too, was confirmed to be entirely AI-generated with no real-world basis. Why these hoaxes spread? The footage often includes dramatic audio cues and realistic, but synthetic, visuals. Digital forensic checks, however, found inconsistencies, odd voice pauses, unnatural water interactions, and elements of deepfake-style manipulation. No credible news outlets, authorities, or marine facilities reported any such events or trainers. Emotions play a big role in virality. Such sensational images plus fabricated backstories speed up sharing, even before fact-checking catches up. Real orca trainer incidents for context. Although the videos in question are fake, authenticity is grounded in chilling precedent. In 2010, SeaWorld trainer Don Brancho was tragically killed by Tilikum, a killer whale, during a. Other fatal cases include trainer Alexis Martinez in 2009, killed by orca Keto during rehearsal, and earlier incidents like Kelty Burns' death in 1991. Summary table. Claim status notes: Jessica Ratcliffe. Video fake AI-generated, no factual basis or records. Marina Lazaro. Video fake, also AI-generated, fully fabricated. Real orca attack incidents true. Examples include Don Brancho, Alexis Martinez. Bottom line. Those disturbing viral clips are not real. They're AI simulations crafted to deceive and to provoke shock. While orca-related incidents have historical precedents, these specific stories featuring Ratcliffe or Lazaro are fiction. Always consider verifying such sensational clips against credible news sources before sharing. Want tips on how to spot AI-generated misinfo or more info on real marine incidents? Viral Jessica Ratcliffe orca video. The Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video is fake, but why is it even on TikTok /UTM_source = chat.com? Fake Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video questions viral reach in. Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video. Killer whale clip fake. No trainer by that name exists. Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video. Killer whale clip fake. No trainer. Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video. Real or fake? Viral footage explained. UTM_source = chat.com. Is the Jessica Ratcliffe orca attack video real or fake? Viral footage. Jessica Ratcliffe killed in an orca whale attack. The video is fake. Was trainer Jessica Ratcliffe killed in an orca whale attack? Who is Jessica Ratcliffe? The 23-year-old trainer from the viral orca after Jessica Ratcliffe fake death video. Another orca attack video is after Jessica Ratcliffe fake Marina Lazaro orca attack. Video surfaces. Trainer Jessica - orca attack mystery. What really happened to Marine trainer Jessica? What credible news covers this? Recently, there has been speculation online, mainly on social media, that Elon Musk might be part of the Illuminati. However, no reputable news outlet has reported any credible evidence supporting this claim. Here's what mainstream sources and analysis say. A detailed article titled, Elon Musk, the aspirant Terminator, Starlink Disaster, and No Illuminati Affiliation categorically states that Musk has no affiliation with the Illuminati and describes such claims as baseless conspiracy theory rhetoric. Wired and other respected outlets point out that conspiracy theorists sometimes twist public events into narratives that suit frameworks like QAnon or Illuminati lore. Still, there is no factual reporting linking Musk to secret societies. Hashtag prohibited. Why the rumor about Illuminati ties? Symbolic imagery ***. Online users noted Musk wearing a necklace with Greek omega symbol, omega, and an eye, symbols often associated with Illuminati ideas, after he appeared at UFC 309 in November 2024. These spurred viral speculation on X, formerly Twitter, and forums. Conspiracy. Users use logic like gematria and date-based rituals to suggest hidden Illuminati codes. For example, it is the 150th day of the year. Illuminati equals 150 in gematria. It's also 29 days before Elon Musk's 54th birthday. But these are speculative interpretations and have no grounding in factual or institutional reporting. Hashtag white heavy checkmark conclusion. No credible news source or investigative report confirms Elon Musk is an Illuminati member. The claims originate from speculative conspiracy forums, meme culture, and misinterpretations of symbolism. Respected reporting and analysis clearly describes such ideas as unfounded conspiracy theories, not factual statements. If you're curious about how these types of rumors spread or want help checking other such claims, feel free to ask. Musk-Trump breakup fake psyop? Seen Mike-Achilles/real/DDIM-HMVIW. Has Elon Musk joined the Illuminati? Elon Musk, the aspirant Terminator, Starlink Disaster, and No Illuminati Affiliation /UTM_source equals chat.com. Elon Musk's non-existent connection to the Illuminati. Conspiracy World Canon Musk-Trump breakup fake psyop. UTM_source equals chat.com. Conspiracy World thinks the Musk-Trump breakup is a psyop. Conspiracy theories. UTM_source equals chat.com. Conspiracy theories. Story/2510555/Elon Musk's Omega necklace at UFC 309 with Trump sparks speculation. Is Omega symbolizing the end? UTM_source equals chat.com. Elon Musk's Omega necklace at UFC 309 with Trump /black_club_new_member_it's_Elon_source UTM_source equals chat.com. Black Eye Club has a new member. It's Elon Musk on his. Alright, let's dive into the full, long story of the Titanic's wreckage, from its creation to its final resting place at the bottom of the Atlantic. Hashtag 1. The birth of the Titanic ***. In the early 1900s, transatlantic passenger shipping was booming. The White Star Line, a British shipping company, wanted to outshine its rivals, so they built 3 luxurious ocean liners, the Olympic, Titanic, and later Britannic. Titanic was built in Belfast, Northern Ireland, by Harland and Wolff shipbuilders. At 882 feet long, over 46,000 tons, with grand dining halls, Turkish baths, a swimming pool, and lavish cabins, it was called unsinkable thanks to its watertight compartments. Hashtag 2. The maiden voyage ***. Date of departure April 10th, 1912, from Southampton, England. Destination New York City. Passengers included the world's wealthiest, like John Jacob Astor IV, as well as emigrants seeking a new life in America. The ship stopped at Cherbourg, France, and Queenstown, now Cove, Ireland, before heading into the North Atlantic. Hashtag 3. The collision ***. Night of April 14th, 1912 * the Titanic was speeding through the cold, clear waters of the North Atlantic. * ice warnings had been received earlier in the day, but the ship kept up near top speed. * at 11:40 p.m., lookout Frederick Fleet spotted an iceberg directly ahead. * the ship tried to turn, but the iceberg scraped along the starboard side, rupturing 5 of its watertight compartments, one more than the ship could survive. #4. The sinking ***. The ship's designers had thought water could only flood 4 compartments without sinking the vessel. As water poured in, the bow began to dip, causing more compartments to flood. Lifeboats were lowered half-empty due to confusion and disbelief. At 2:20 a.m., April 15, the Titanic broke apart and disappeared beneath the waves. Over 500 people died. Only about 710 survived. #5. The aftermath ***. Inquiries in Britain and the U.S. led to major maritime safety changes. Enough lifeboats for all passengers. 24-hour radio communications on ships. The International Ice Patrol to monitor icebergs. #6. The wreckage lost to time ***. After the sinking, the Titanic lay undisturbed in darkness for decades, over 12,000 feet, 3,800 m, below the surface. Many believed it was impossible to find or reach. #7. Rediscovery ***. In 1985, a joint U.S.-French expedition led by Dr. Robert Ballard located the wreckage using deep-sea submersibles. It was found split into 2 main pieces, the bow mostly intact, the stern mangled from the descent. The debris field stretched over 1,500 feet, with personal belongings scattered, shoes, china, suitcases. #8. The ghostly site ***. The deep-sea environment is pitch black, freezing cold, and under immense pressure. Bacteria are slowly eating away at the steel, creating rusticles that drip like icicles. Experts believe the Titanic may completely collapse into the seafloor within a few decades. #9. Modern expeditions ***. Many dives have been made since, some for research, others for tourism. Artifacts have been recovered and displayed in museums. In recent years, concerns have grown about the site being disturbed too much, as it is also a grave for over 1,000 souls. #10. Legacy ***. The Titanic story is a mix of human ambition, tragedy, and fascination. It continues to inspire films, books, and research, and serves as a reminder that nature can humble even the most advanced technology. If you want, I can also give you a detailed timeline of events from the moment Titanic hit the iceberg to when the wreck was found. It's a fascinating hour-by-hour account. Would you like me to do that? All right, let's set sail with a full, long romantic story inspired by the Titanic. This will be historical fiction, meaning it's based on real events, but the characters are fictional. #Love Beneath the Stars. April 10, 1912, Southampton, England. The RMS Titanic stood at the dock like a floating palace, sunlight glinting off her white-painted hull. Passengers bustled about with trunks and hat boxes, the air alive with excitement. Among them was Clara Whitmore, a 22-year-old artist from London. She clutched her sketchbook close, her ticket tucked safely in her coat. She was traveling second class to start a new life in New York, where she dreamed of opening a small art studio. Across the gangway, James Dawson, not the one from the movies, but a real-life inspired young Irish shipbuilder, boarded with a tool case slung over his shoulder. He wasn't a paying passenger. He was a junior engineer granted passage for helping with final fittings. For him, Titanic wasn't just a ship. She was a work of art, one he'd spent months laboring over in Belfast. #The first meeting. Clara first saw James in the late afternoon, leaning against the railing, the sea wind tossing his dark hair. She had been sketching the harbor when he glanced her way. "Trying to capture her beauty?" he asked, nodding toward the ship. "No," Clara replied with a smile. "Yours." She tilted her pad to reveal a quick portrait of him, rough but unmistakable. James laughed, surprised. "You're bold for a stranger." "Strangers are just friends you haven't met yet," she answered. They talked until the sun dipped low, the great ship pulling away from England, its whistles echoing across the water. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag evenings on deck. Over the next few days, Clara and James met whenever their schedules allowed, she exploring the decks and lounges, he finishing last-minute maintenance work. They walked the promenade under blankets of stars, talking about everything. Her dream of painting the wide American landscapes, his hope of building ships that would cross oceans faster and safer than anything before. One night, as the band in the first-class lounge played a soft waltz, James whispered, "You make me think about staying in one place for once, Clara." She tilted her head. "And where would that be?" "Wherever you are." Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag the night of the iceberg. April 14th, 1912 was a bitterly cold evening. The sea was eerily calm, the stars sharp against the black sky. Clara found James on the boat deck just before 11:30 p.m. "Feels strange tonight," he murmured, rubbing his hands for warmth. They were about to head inside when the lookouts rang the bell. "Iceberg right ahead." Moments later, a shudder passed through the ship. Neither of them fully understood what had happened until crewmen began rushing about. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag the realization. Within minutes, James knew the truth. The Titanic had been mortally wounded. He grabbed Clara's hand. "We have to get you to a lifeboat." "I'm not leaving you," she cried. "You must. They won't let me on, not with my job." "Please, Clara, promise me you'll live." She refused at first, but as the lifeboats began to fill, James pulled her close and kissed her. "If I don't see you again, paint something beautiful for me." With tears streaming down her face, she was helped into Lifeboat 12. The last she saw of James, he was standing at the railing, waving against the dark chaos of the sinking ship. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag after the disaster. Clara was rescued by the RMS Carpathia the next morning. For weeks, she clung to hope that James might have survived. She searched lists of the rescued, sent letters, asked anyone who had been in the water, but his name never appeared. Hashtag, hashtag, hashtag years later. In New York, Clara opened her art studio. Her most famous painting, one that hung in the window for decades, showed the Titanic beneath a starlit sky, with a lone figure standing on the deck, hands in his pockets, gazing out at the horizon. When asked about it, Clara always smiled softly and said, "That's the man who made me believe in love, even if it only lasted a few days." If you want, I can rewrite this into a much longer, more emotional version, almost like a short novel with more dialogue, historical details, and heart-wrenching moments, so it feels like you're right there on the Titanic. Would you like me to do that? Here's the long, detailed story of the Titanic's wreckage, from the ship's tragic end to the discovery and preservation efforts over the past century. Hashtag, hashtag 1. The disaster at sea asterisk asterisk. Asterisk April 14 to 15, 1912 asterisk on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York, the RMS Titanic struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic. Asterisk the collision occurred at 11:40 p.m. on April 14th. By 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the ship had broken in two and sunk. Asterisk over 500 people perished. About 710 survived in lifeboats. Asterisk the ship came to rest more than 12,000 feet, 3,800 meters, below the ocean surface, in total darkness and freezing temperatures. Hashtag, hashtag 2. Early search attempts, 1912 to 1913. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk right after the disaster. Recovery ships retrieved bodies but could not locate the wreck itself. Technology for deep ocean exploration didn't exist yet. Asterisk many survivors and experts debated whether the Titanic had sunk intact or broken apart. This mystery remained unresolved for decades. Hashtag 3. Decades in silence. 1913, 1980s. Asterisk for more than 70 years, the Titanic's resting place was unknown. The wreck was in an area so deep that no human or remotely operated vehicle of the time could reach it. Oceanographers estimated its position based on survivor accounts, but the ship's exact location remained a mystery. Hashtag 4. The Discovery, 1985. In September 1985, a joint U.S.-French expedition led by Dr. Robert Ballard and Jean-Louis Michel found the wreck. Using towed camera sleds and sonar, they spotted one of Titanic's massive boilers on the seabed. Soon after, they filmed the bow section, still eerily upright, its railings and anchors visible after 73 years underwater. Hashtag 5. The condition of the wreck. The Titanic lies in two main sections. The bow, relatively well preserved, with many recognizable features, railings, anchor chains, portholes. The stern, completely mangled, twisted apart during the final plunge. Between them is a vast debris field filled with personal belongings, shoes, plates, suitcases, scattered across the seabed. Hashtag 6. The ghostly decay. The wreck is being slowly consumed by iron-eating bacteria that form rust stalactites called rusticles. Experts believe the ship may completely collapse into the mud by the mid to late 21st century. Strong currents, deep sea pressure, and human interference are accelerating the decay. Hashtag 7. Artifact recovery and tourism. Since the late 1980s, expeditions have recovered thousands of artifacts. Fine china, clothing, ship fittings, jewelry. These are now displayed in traveling exhibitions and museums. In recent years, tourist submersible dives have been offered, but these have sparked debates over disturbing a maritime grave. Hashtag 8. The Titanic as a protected site. In 2001, the US and UK signed agreements to protect the wreck from unregulated salvage. In 2012, the 100th anniversary, Titanic was declared a UNESCO-protected underwater cultural heritage site. Many historians argue the wreck should remain undisturbed as a memorial. Hashtag 9. Legacy and fascination. The Titanic story is a mix of human achievement, tragedy, and mystery. The wreck's discovery solved some questions, like whether it broke in two, but deepened others about the final moments. To this day, the Titanic continues to inspire films, documentaries, books, and scientific research. If you'd like, I can make you a minute-by-minute breakdown of the Titanic's final hours and the exact moment its wreck came to rest on the seafloor. It's one of the most dramatic survival timelines in maritime history. Microphone. Early life and beginnings. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in West Reading, Pennsylvania, and grew up on a family Christmas tree farm in nearby Wyoming. Men's journal. Influenced by her grandmother, a former opera singer, and country artists like Faith Hill and Shania Twain, she began performing locally and took vocal lessons in New York at age 9. Teen Vogue. Taylor Swift Museum. At 12, she learned guitar from local musician Ronnie Kramer and co-wrote her first songs. By 14, her family had relocated to Tennessee to support her Nashville music ambitions. Taylor Swift Museum. Musical notes. Rise to fame. In 2005, she was signed by Big Machine Records after performing at Nashville's Bluebird Cafe. Her debut single, Tim McGraw, came when she was just 16. Taylor Swift Museum. Biography. Her self-titled debut album, 2006, and her sophomore album, Fearless, 2008, launched her into country pop stardom with hits like Love Story and You Belong With Me. Biography. She became the youngest ever to win Grammy for Album of the Year in 2010 for Fearless Rocket Genre Evolution and Global Stardom. By 2014's 1989, Swift fully transitioned into pop, achieving major hit singles and critical acclaim, including another Grammy Album of the Year win. Subsequent projects: Reputation, 2017, Lover, 2019, and 2020's surprise indie folk-inspired albums Folklore and Evermore showcased her genre-bending artistry. Eras Tour and Film Impact. Her Eras Tour, 2023 to 2024, spanned her entire discography, from country to pop to indie folk. It's the highest-grossing tour ever and was captured in the record-breaking concert film Taylor Swift, The Eras Tour. Business, moves, and artistic vision. Swift re-recorded her early albums, branded Taylor's version, to reclaim ownership of her masters, a bold and influential move in the music industry. School of Music and Dance. Biography. She's recognized not just for her music but also for smart branding and savvy use of social media. Innovations include interactive Google puzzles, strategic fan reveals, and deep fan engagement from early in her career. SCH Trophy Awards and Cultural Influence. With numerous accolades, 14 Grammy Awards, record-breaking wins at the American Music Awards, Billboard Awards, and more, she's among the most decorated artists ever. In 2023, Time magazine named her Person of the Year, recognizing her cultural and artistic impact on a global scale. Taylor has influenced music distribution, artist rights, fandom culture, and marketing strategies, with scholars and media comparing her legacy to icons like Madonna and Michael Jackson. Here is a full biography of Taylor Swift in simple English, covering her entire life. #, microphone Taylor Swift, life story. #, baby, early life. * full name, * Taylor Allison Swift. * birth, * December 13th, 1989. * birthplace, * West Reading, Pennsylvania, USA. * Taylor grew up on a Christmas tree farm. From childhood, she loved singing and writing songs. * inspired by her grandmother, an opera singer, and artists like Shania Twain, she started performing at local events. * at age 12, she learned to play guitar and wrote her first song. * at 14, her family moved to Nashville, Tennessee, so she could pursue a country music career. #, musical notes career beginnings. * Taylor performed at small venues and caught the attention of Big Machine Records. * in 2006, she released her debut single, Tim McGraw, and her first album, Taylor Swift. The album was a big success, and Taylor became famous as a young country singer. #, rocket rise to fame. * in 2008, her album Fearless made her an international star with hits like Love Story and You Belong With Me. * she won many awards, including the Grammy Award for Album of the Year, the youngest to win at that time. #, microphone pop superstar. * in 2014, she switched from country to pop with the album 1989, featuring hits like Shake It Off, Blank Space, and Style. * she became one of the biggest pop stars in the world. * her next albums Reputation, 2017, Lover, 2019, Folklore, 2020, and Evermore, 2020, showed her ability to change style and stay popular. #, glow showing Europe Africa global icon. * in 2023 to 2024, her Eras Tour became the highest-grossing concert tour in history. * she also released Taylor's version re-recordings of her old albums to regain ownership of her music. * she is known for connecting deeply with her fans, called Swifties, and influencing the music industry. #, trophy awards and achievements. * 14 Grammy Awards, including 4 for Album of the Year, the most by any artist. * Time Person of the Year 2023. * countless Billboard, AMA, and MTV awards. * one of the best-selling artists of all time. #, sparkling heart personal life. * Taylor writes songs based on her life experiences, relationships, and emotions. She is also known for philanthropy, supporting education, disaster relief, and women's rights. Hashtag, white medium star conclusion. Taylor Swift is more than a singer. She is a songwriter, performer, businesswoman, and cultural icon. Her journey from a small-town girl to one of the most powerful women in music is an inspiration to millions worldwide. Small Blue Diamond, do you want me to write this in a very simple English for kids, or a very long version with all albums and love life details? Backhand index pointing right, I can also make it a tall paragraph, no sections if you prefer. Shall I proceed? Here is a long and simple biography, tall paragraph, of singer Taylor Swift in English. Taylor Allison Swift was born on December 13, 1989, in West Reading, Pennsylvania, USA. She grew up on a Christmas tree farm and loved music from a young age. Her grandmother was an opera singer, and Taylor was inspired by country singers like Shania Twain and Faith Hill. At the age of 12, she learned to play guitar and began writing her own songs. When she was 14, her family moved to Nashville, Tennessee, to help her follow her dream of becoming a singer. In 2006, Taylor released her first song, Tim McGraw, and her first album, Taylor Swift, which made her popular in country music. Her second album, Fearless, in 2008 made her an international star, with songs like Love Story and You Belong With Me, and she won many awards, including the Grammy for Album of the Year. Over the years, she changed her style from country to pop with albums like Speak Now, Red, and especially 1989 and 2014, which had big hits like Shake It Off and Blank Space. She continued to release successful albums like Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, and Midnights, showing she can work in many music styles. She also re-recorded her old albums, calling them Taylor's version, to take back control of her music rights. In 2023 to 2024, her Eras Tour became the highest-grossing concert tour in history, and millions of fans around the world attended her shows. Taylor Swift has won many awards, including 14 Grammy Awards, and was named Time Person of the Year in 2023. She is not only a singer but also a songwriter, businesswoman, and cultural icon. Her songs often tell stories about her life, love, and emotions, which makes her music very close to her fans' hearts. Today, Taylor Swift is one of the most famous and successful singers in the world, inspiring millions of people with her talent, hard work, and determination. Scene 1. A rainy beginning. The rain had started just as Emma stepped out of her hotel. Without an umbrella, she ran across the street, trying to avoid the puddles. That's when it happened. Her foot slipped slightly, and before she could fall, a strong hand grabbed her arm. Male voice, charming British accent. Careful there. London streets can be tricky when they're wet. Emma looked up, meeting the deep blue eyes of a man holding a black umbrella. He was tall, dressed in a perfectly fitted coat, and had an easy smile. Emma narrating. I'm fine. Thank you. Man. Name's James. You look like you could use some cover from the rain. May I? Without waiting for an answer, he tilted the umbrella toward her, sheltering them both. They walked together, sharing small talk. Emma learned that James was a local architect who loved photographing old buildings in his free time. Scene 2. The unexpected connection. As they strolled past the Thames, the rain eased. James pointed out hidden spots Emma would have missed, tiny cafes, street art, and corners of history only locals knew. Emma narration. There was something about him. The way he spoke, the way he noticed details no one else would. It felt like I'd known him for years. At a quiet riverside cafe, they shared coffee. Their laughter mixed with the sound of rain tapping against the windows. Emma felt an unusual warmth, something more than friendship, something she couldn't quite name. Scene 3. The evening glow. James offered to show her the city at night. As the sun set, London lit up with golden lights. They walked across Tower Bridge, the wind brushing against them. At one point, Emma's scarf came loose. James gently fixed it, his fingers grazing her cheek. Their eyes locked for a moment longer than necessary. James softly. You have a way of making London feel new, even for me. The tension was there, unspoken but powerful. The city seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them in that moment. Scene 4. The dance in the street. While walking through Covent Garden, a street musician played a soft melody. James suddenly held out his hand.
James.
Dance with me? Emma laughed. Here? In the middle of the street?
James.
Why not? Under the glow of the streetlights, they danced. Awkward at first, then naturally, as if the world was theirs. People passed by, smiling at the unexpected romance unfolding before them. Scene 5. The goodbye or beginning. As the night deepened, they returned to Emma's hotel. Neither wanted to say goodbye. Emma narration, soft. I didn't want this night to end. I didn't want us to end. James took her hand.
James.
I don't usually do this, but I'd like to see you again. Tomorrow? Emma smiled. Emma.
Yes.
Tomorrow. They stood there, the city quiet around them. James leaned closer, not for a kiss, but to whisper. James. London suits you. He walked away, leaving Emma with her heart racing and a smile that wouldn't fade. Final scene. The promise of more. The next morning, Emma woke up to the sound of rain again, but this time, it felt different, hopeful. She knew that what started as an accidental encounter in the rain could turn into something life-changing. Narrator, closing. Some moments are accidents. Others are destiny. For Emma and James, it was both. And sometimes, all it takes is one rainy day to find where you truly belong. Scene 1. The unexpected encounter. Anna wandered through the narrow streets of Montmartre, her camera capturing every corner. The night air was cool, and the golden glow from the street lamps cast magical shadows. As she leaned against a railing to snap a picture, she lost her balance slightly. A hand caught her arm, steadying her. Male voice, deep, accented. Careful, mademoiselle. Paris streets can be tricky at night. She turned to see a tall man with dark hair, sharp features, and a confident smile. His name was Lucas, a Parisian artist who lived nearby. Anna narration. There was something about him. His voice, his presence, that felt like the night itself. Scene 1. A rainy beginning. The rain had started just as Emma stepped out of her hotel. Without an umbrella, she ran across the street, trying to avoid the puddles. That's when it happened. Her foot slipped slightly, and before she could fall, a strong hand grabbed her arm. Male voice, charming British accent. Careful there. London streets can be tricky when they're wet. Emma looked up, meeting the deep blue eyes of a man holding a black umbrella. He was tall, dressed in a perfectly fitted coat, and had an easy smile. Emma narrating. I'm fine. Thank you. Man. Name's James. You look like you could use some cover from the rain. May I? Without waiting for an answer, he tilted the umbrella toward her, sheltering them both. They walked together, sharing small talk. Emma learned that James was a local architect who loved photographing old buildings in his free time. Scene 2. The unexpected connection. As they strolled past the Thames, the rain eased. James pointed out hidden spots Emma would have missed. Tiny cafes, street art, and corners of history only locals knew. Emma narration. There was something about him. The way he spoke, the way he noticed details no one else would. It felt like I'd known him for years. At a quiet riverside cafe, they shared coffee. Their laughter mixed with the sound of rain tapping against the windows. Emma felt an unusual warmth, something more than friendship, something she couldn't quite name. Scene 3. The evening glow. James offered to show her the city at night. As the sun set, London lit up with golden lights. They walked across Tower Bridge, the wind brushing against them. At one point, Emma's scarf came loose. James gently fixed it, his fingers grazing her cheek. Their eyes locked for a moment longer than necessary. James softly. You have a way of making London feel new, even for me. The tension was there, unspoken but powerful. The city seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them in that moment. Scene 4. The dance in the street. While walking through Covent Garden, a street musician played a soft melody. James suddenly held out his hand.
James.
Dance with me? Emma laughed. Here? In the middle of the street?
James.
Why not? Under the glow of the streetlights, they danced. Awkward at first, then naturally, as if the world was theirs. People passed by, smiling at the unexpected romance unfolding before them. Scene 5. The goodbye or beginning. As the night deepened, they returned to Emma's hotel. Neither wanted to say goodbye. Emma narration, soft. I didn't want this night to end. I didn't want us to end. James took her hand.
James.
I don't usually do this, but I'd like to see you again. Tomorrow? Emma smiled. Emma.
Yes.
Tomorrow. They stood there, the city quiet around them. James leaned closer, not for a kiss, but to whisper, James, London suits you. He walked away, leaving Emma with her heart racing and a smile that wouldn't fade. Final scene. The promise of more. The next morning, Emma woke up to the sound of rain again, but this time, it felt different, hopeful. She knew that what started as an accidental encounter in the rain could turn into something life-changing. Narrator, closing. Some moments are accidents. Others are destiny. For Emma and James, it was both. And sometimes, all it takes is one rainy day to find where you truly belong. Scene 1. The unexpected encounter. Anna wandered through the narrow streets of Montmartre, her camera capturing every corner. The night air was cool, and the golden glow from the street lamps cast magical shadows. As she leaned against a railing to snap a picture, she lost her balance slightly. A hand caught her arm, steadying her. Male voice, deep, accented. Careful, mademoiselle. Paris streets can be tricky at night. She turned to see a tall man with dark hair, sharp features, and a confident smile. His name was Lucas, a Parisian artist who lived nearby. Anna narration. There was something about him. His voice, his presence, that felt like the night itself wrapped around me. They started talking, and what began as casual conversations stretched into hours. Lucas showed her secret spots only a local would know. Hidden courtyards, graffiti walls, and the best little bakery open at midnight. Scene 2. The tension builds. Under the soft Paris moonlight, they stopped by a quiet fountain. Lucas pulled out a sketchbook and began drawing her. Anna laughing. You're drawing me? At this hour? Lucas, teasing. I draw what inspires me. Tonight, that happens to be you. She blushed, feeling her heart race. His gaze was intense yet gentle, like he was memorizing every detail of her. When their hands brushed as he handed her the sketch, a spark traveled up her arm. Anna narration. I couldn't ignore it anymore. The pull between us was magnetic, undeniable. Scene 3. The rooftop moment. Lucas led her to his favorite rooftop overlooking the Eiffel Tower. The city glittered below them. They sat close, sharing stories, laughter, and glasses of wine he had brought. The wind played with her hair. He gently tucked a strand behind her ear, his fingers lingering for a moment. Lucas, softly. You have a way of making Paris feel even more alive. Their eyes locked. The city noise faded, leaving only their racing hearts. Slowly, almost hesitantly, he leaned closer. Anna felt the world stop. Their lips met, not rushed, but slow and deep, filled with warmth and unspoken emotions. The kiss lingered, the city lights reflecting in their eyes when they finally pulled away. Scene 4. The night of connection. They talked for hours, sharing secrets under the stars. Every glance, every touch carried more meaning. When the night air grew cold, he wrapped his jacket around her shoulders, his hands brushing against her arms. Anna narration. The air between us was thick with something electric. Every second felt like forever, yet not enough. They didn't cross any lines, just closeness, soft kisses, and the warmth of being wrapped in each other's presence. It was sensual but pure. Scene 5. The sunrise goodbye. As dawn approached, the city began to wake. They walked back slowly, not wanting the night to end. At her hotel, Lucas took her hand and whispered, Lucas, this night, I will never forget it. Promise me you won't either. Anna smiled, her heart full. Anna, how could I? You've given me a piece of Paris I'll carry forever. He kissed her forehead gently, then walked away as the sun rose over the city. Final scene, the memory that lasts. Back in London, Anna often looked at the sketch Lucas drew that night. It reminded her that sometimes the most unforgettable moments happen when you least expect them. Narrator closing. Some nights stay with you forever. For Anna, Paris will always be the city where she found not just love, but herself. Satellite Elon Musk. Launching the America Party. On July 5, 2025, Musk announced via X, formerly Twitter, the formation of a new political movement called the America Party, grounded in fiscal conservatism and deficit reduction. He opposes Trump's Big Beautiful Bill, which Musk warned would further bankrupt the nation. The Guardian. Omni. ABC News. Wikipedia. Reuters. Utah News Dispatch. Ballot access challenges ahead. While the party's launch was straightforward, gaining ballot access across multiple states won't be. Territories like Michigan, Georgia, Ohio, and North Carolina require tens of thousands of petition signatures and must meet district-based signature thresholds. Utah News Dispatch. XAI lands a $200 million Pentagon contract. Around July 15th, Musk's AI venture, XAI, also known as Grok, secured a $200 million contract with the U.S. Department of Defense, following internal cuts to federal contracts over several months. The Guardian. The Guardian.
Fortune. Fortune.
SpaceX Starship test flight on the horizon. Musk confirmed that the next, 10th, SpaceX Starship test flight will occur about 3 weeks after July 14th, marking Starship's fourth mission of 2025. This comes after earlier setbacks, with SpaceX aiming to bolster its interplanetary ambitions. The Times of India. Firecracker Donald Trump. Epstein files controversy intensifies. Today, Trump instructed AG Pam Bondi to pursue the public release of grand jury materials tied to Jeffrey Epstein. He is also threatening legal action against the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, and Rupert Murdoch, who published allegations that Trump sent Epstein a provocative birthday letter in 2003. Axios. Musk chimed in, challenging Trump to release the files and point out which part is the hoax, and later criticized his handling of the Epstein matter on X. The Guardian. ABC News. Trump has denounced internal MAGA critics who support file disclosure, labeling the debate a hoax, which is fracturing segments of his base. The Guardian. Arms deal and Russia ultimatum. On July 15th, Trump unveiled a NATO-backed arms initiative that sends Patriot missiles and other U.S. hardware to Ukraine, funded by allies. He also issued a stern 50-day ultimatum to Russia: agree to peace or face 100% tariffs. The Guardian. Coca-Cola sugar swap claim. Trump asserted that Coca-Cola plans to replace high-fructose corn syrup with cane sugar, prompting investor concern and affecting stock performance of HFCS suppliers. The company responded that new, innovative offerings may be forthcoming, but no firm commitment. Political media targeting. Trump praised the firing of Stephen Colbert, then targeted Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, branding Fallon as imbecile, while endorsing Fox's Greg Gutfeld. Tesla rallies on robotaxi hopes as fear over Musk-Trump feud subsides. Tesla shares rallied for a third straight day, pushing the stock close to where it was trading before last week's spat between CEO Elon Musk and President Trump. Musk shared a video on X showing that Tesla was testing driverless vehicles on the roads of Austin, Texas. Tesla CEO Elon Musk speaks alongside U.S. President Donald Trump to reporters in the Oval Office of the White House on May 30th, 2025 in Washington, D.C., in the 3 trading days since Elon Musk's war of words with President Donald Trump last week sank Tesla's market cap by 14% in a single session. The stock has rallied almost all the way back. Tesla shares rose 5.7% on Tuesday to close at $326.09 on Tuesday, leaving the stock about $6 short of where it was trading last Wednesday, before the Musk-Trump brouhaha exploded across social media. The latest jump came after Musk shared a video on X showing that Tesla was testing driverless vehicles on the roads of Austin, Texas, without a human safety supervisor behind the wheel. The 8-second clip showed the latest version of the Model Y SUV, painted black with a white robotaxi graffiti-style logo painted on it, navigating an intersection and pausing to allow pedestrians to traverse a crosswalk. After years of delays and unfulfilled promises left Tesla well behind rivals like Alphabet's Waymo in the robotaxi market, Musk's company finally appears poised to put its autonomous driving technology on public streets, even if in a very limited capacity to start. Bloomberg previously reported that Tesla is expected to officially launch its pilot for a driverless ride-hailing service in Austin on June 12th, though the company hasn't confirmed the timing beyond saying that it's coming in June. Musk recently told CNBC's David Faber that Tesla will start with a very small rollout, including about 10 to 20 of its robot axis, with a new, unsupervised version of the company's FSD or full self-driving technology installed. The tests will involve the Model Y, not the futuristic-looking cybercab that Tesla plans to produce next year. Musk said Tesla will geofence the service, limiting where the robot axis can initially operate, and that employees will remotely monitor the fleet, a Tesla automobile owned by President Trump. He does not drive it, but some staffers do, is parked in a lot next to the White House fence in Washington, D.C. on June 5, 2025. Tesla is now listed as testing on an official website for the city of Austin, EV fan blog Teslarati first reported. The site shares information about autonomous vehicle companies operating in Austin. Waymo, which operates a commercial fleet in the Texas capital, is the only autonomous vehicle maker listed with a deployment designation rather than mapping or testing on the Austin site. The company also has commercial robotaxi services running in parts of the San Francisco Bay Area, Phoenix, and Los Angeles. In Austin, Amazon's Zoox is listed as testing, as is Aviride, a self-driving vehicle developer that spun out of Russian tech firm Yandex. Sawyer Merritt, a Tesla promoter and fan, originally posted the clip of the Model Y operating on FSD unsupervised in Austin. Breaking: first ever Tesla Model Y robotaxi, with no one in the driver's seat spotted testing on public roads in Austin, Texas. Merritt wrote on X. Last week spat. Musk shared the post, adding, "Beautifully simple design." He later wrote, "These are unmodified Tesla cars coming straight from the factory, meaning that every Tesla coming out of our factories is capable of unsupervised self-driving." Musk, the world's richest person, is coming off a bruising week. After his term running the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, officially came to an end, Musk and the president began feuding, partly due to the contents of the spending bill that's being debated in Congress. The spat turned personal on Thursday, with both men hurling insults at each other from their respective social media platforms. The stock was already getting hit, but took a sharp turn lower after Trump said Musk had gone crazy and threatened to end government contracts and cut off subsidies for his companies. In addition to Tesla, Musk also runs defense contractor SpaceX, artificial intelligence startup xAI, which owns X, health tech company Neuralink, and drilling venture The Boring Company. While Trump said he would assume his relationship with Musk is over, the president is known for his transactional approach. The stock bump early this week may be in part a reaction to a more contrite Musk, who has deleted some of the most pointed insults that he previously lobbed at Trump and has appeared to endorse the president on other policy matters like immigration. Tesla investors have been urging Musk to refocus his attention on the electric car maker after a brutal first quarter that saw automotive revenue plunge 20% due to increased competition from lower-cost EV makers in China and a consumer backlash to Musk's political activities and rhetoric. In key markets throughout Europe and China, Tesla's year-over-year sales declined in the first 2 months of the second quarter. In a report to clients on Tuesday, analysts at Piper Sandler wrote, regarding driverless cars being spotted in Austin, that a key component of our Tesla thesis has officially begun playing out. The firm has a buy rating on the stock. Philip Koopman, an auto safety researcher and associate professor of computer engineering, told CNBC that investors shouldn't get too carried away at the sight of Tesla running driverless vehicles on public roads. "We don't know enough from the company, or from this clip, to know if these vehicles are going to be safe, how they operate, and what it costs," Koopman said, referring to the video shared by Musk. He said he expects Tesla to rely heavily on so-called remote assistants, or people who watch the company's robot access from a computer in a service center, with the ability to take over control if needed. Israel's endgame may be regime change in Iran, but it's a gamble beyond Israel's stated goal of destroying what it calls an existential threat from Iran's nuclear capabilities with its attacks on Friday. Benjamin Netanyahu has a wider aim: regime change in Tehran. Under this scenario, he might hope that the unprecedented strikes start a chain reaction leading to unrest that topples the Islamic Republic. He said in a statement on Friday evening that the time has come for the Iranian people to unite around its flag and its historic legacy by standing up for your freedom from the evil and oppressive regime. Many Iranians are unhappy with the state of the economy, the lack of freedom of speech, women's rights, and minority rights. Israel's attack is posing a real threat to Iran's leadership. The strikes have killed the commander of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, the chief of staff of the armed forces, and many other high-ranking IRGC chiefs, and the Israeli attack is not yet over. Iran retaliated in the afternoon, with the Revolutionary Guard saying it carried out attacks against dozens of targets, military centers, and air bases. The situation escalated quickly, and after Iran's retaliatory missile attacks, Netanyahu said, "More is on the way." More of Iran's leaders could be targeted. Israel may calculate that the attacks and killings could unsettle the regime and open the way for a popular uprising. At least this is what Netanyahu hopes for. But this is a gamble, a big one. There is no evidence that such a chain reaction will start in the first place, but even if it starts, it is unclear where such a process might lead. Those with the most power in Iran are the people who control the armed forces and the economy, and most of that is in the hands of hardliners in the IRGC and some other unelected bodies. They don't need to stage a coup because they are already in power, and they could take Iran in a more confrontational direction. Another possible outcome could be regime collapse followed by Iran's descent into chaos. With a population of about 90 million people, events in the country would have a massive impact across the Middle East. Israel's desired outcome seems to be an uprising that ends with a friendly force taking over. But a major question here is who might be the alternative? Iranian opposition forces have been highly fragmented in recent years, and there are no clear options here. After the unrests in 2022, known as the Woman Life Freedom movement that took most of Iran like a storm, some opposition groups tried to form a coalition of a wide range of anti-Islamic Republic groups and activists. But that didn't last long due to differences in their views on who leads the coalition and what will be the shape of the regime after toppling the current one. Israel's leaders might see some of these groups or personas as preferred alternatives. For example, the Iranian former Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi, the son of Iran's former Shah, who was overthrown in the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. He lives in exile and has been actively trying to influence foreign players to support his cause. He also visited Israel in recent years. Although he has gained popularity among some Iranians, it's not clear whether that could quickly transform into a force for regime change. Latest update as Israel targets Iran's nuclear sites. Watch. Footage shows explosions and buildings ablaze in Tehran. Israel has inflicted unprecedented damage on Iran's elite. Why now? Israel chose to act now, whether Trump likes it or not. Iran is reeling from Israel's unprecedented attack, and it is only the start. There's also the Mujahideen Khalq, MEK, an exiled opposition group that backs the overthrow of the Islamic Republic but is against going back to the monarchy. Founded as a left-wing Muslim group, it previously staunchly opposed the Shah. After the revolution, the MEK went to Iraq and joined Saddam Hussein in the early 1980s during his war against Iran, which made them unpopular among many Iranians. The group continues to be active and has friends in the U.S., some of whom are close to Donald Trump's camp. However, it appears to have less influence with the White House than during Trump's first term, when senior U.S. officials including Mike Pompeo, John Bolton, and Rudy Giuliani appeared at MEK gatherings and gave supportive speeches. There are other political forces as well, from those who want to establish a secular democracy to those who seek a parliamentary monarchy and so on. It might be too early to analyze the full extent of Friday's attacks, But during last year's exchanges of fire between Iran and Israel, there were no strong indications that Iranians saw those situations as an opportunity for toppling the regime. However, those events didn't even come close to the level of destruction during Friday's attacks. Islamic Republic's endgame. We must also ask what Iran's endgame is now. Despite targeting a number of targets in Israel, Iran doesn't seem to have many good options. Some might see the safest way out as continuing to engage in negotiations with the US and aiming to de-escalate from there. But returning to negotiations, as Trump has demanded, is a tough choice for Iran's leaders because that would mean they have accepted defeat. Another option is to carry on with retaliatory attacks against Israel. This seems to be their most desired option. This is what Iranian leaders had promised to their supporters, but even if the attacks continue, it could invite further attacks by Israel. Tehran has in the past threatened to target U.S. bases, embassies, and points of interest in the region. But this is not easily achieved, and attacking the U.S. would bring it directly into the mix, which is what Iran least wants. None of these options are easy for either side, and their consequences are hard to predict. The dust is still in the air, and we won't know until it settles what changes have taken place. LA protests inch Elon Musk back to President Trump White House on May 30th, 2025. Kevin Deitch/Getty Images.
CNN.
Last week, Elon Musk was calling for President Donald Trump's impeachment. This week, Musk is back to praising the administration, softening his tone after the two powerful leaders' very public breakup. The whiplash came as protests erupted in Los Angeles over actions by immigration and customs enforcement officers and immigration raids. Over the weekend, Musk deleted some of his most incendiary ex-posts about the president, including the call for his impeachment and the allegation, without providing evidence, that Trump's name appeared in documents related to the crimes of convicted sex offender and financier Jeffrey Epstein. Musk appeared to wholeheartedly support the Trump administration's stance on the situation in Los Angeles, adding American flags to a post from Vice President J.D. Vance about how the president will not tolerate rioting and violence. Musk has long supported closed borders, stopping illegal immigration and deportations, in alignment with the Trump administration. The tech billionaire posted a screenshot of a Truth Social post from Trump that said California Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass should apologize to the people of Los Angeles, as clashes have broken out, cars have been set on fire, and demonstrations intensify. He also wrote "cool" to a video of Vance speaking in an interview, saying he thinks if Elon chills out a little bit, everything will be fine. And the Tesla CEO re-followed White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller, considered one of the lead Trump administration officials on immigration policy, whom he had unfollowed on Thursday in the midst of his blow-up with Trump. The move was especially notable considering Miller's wife, Katie Miller, had recently left the White House to work with Musk full-time, and the couple had regularly socialized with Musk outside of work. That led to gossip among White House aides and rounds of speculation about how the fallout could impact the political fortunes of one of the most powerful couples in Trump's Washington. Katie Miller did not respond to a request for comment. Musk at one point fact-checked his own AI chatbot Grok, which appeared to confirm as authentic a viral image that seemingly showed Musk writing a post that appeared to say, "Just like I took your wife," in response to Miller. "No, it's fake FFS man facepalming, I never posted this," Musk wrote in response to Grok. That doesn't mean it was all back to positive vibes from Musk this weekend. He continued to speak out, albeit in a more subtle manner, against Trump's domestic policy bill that passed the House and is now being considered in the Senate. On Sunday, Musk replied, correct, to a user who wrote, "Musk's fight with Trump is neither a stunt nor distraction." The same day, he also reposted an article from the satirical site The Babylon Bee, titled, "Republicans Announce Plan to Keep Doing Opposite of What Everyone Voted for Them to Do." Musk had blasted the president's sweeping One Big, Beautiful Bill last week, arguing it would undermine much of what his Department of Government Efficiency team had done to cut federal spending and the deficit. The Trump administration had denied that the bill would add to the deficit, despite numerous nonpartisan organizations saying it would add trillions of dollars to America's debt. But Wall Street analysts are so far breathing slightly easier, as they hope whatever delicate détente holds out. While we do not expect Trump and Musk to be back to their Mar-a-Lago connected at the hip days, it would not be a surprise to see Trump and Musk slowly mend the fences, with the help of intermediaries behind closed doors, over the coming months, wrote Wedbush analyst Dan Ives. To the end of the day, Trump needs Musk to stay close to the Republican Party, and Musk needs Trump for many reasons, including a green light on a federal framework for autonomous vehicles. Tesla stock rose 4.6% Monday, but still remains well below where it started Thursday before the public breakup. On Monday afternoon, Trump also sounded a slightly softer tone on Musk. "We had a good relationship. I wish him well, very well," he told reporters during an event at the White House. But he did not say whether he would pick up if Musk called. "I haven't really thought about it, actually. I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think so." Trump's TWD. Dead City's Mahina Napoleon says Ginny's silence is definitely her superpower growing up in a dark and dangerous world where the dead walk and the other survivors can pose even worse threats. Ginny, Mahina Napoleon, has already had to overcome seemingly insurmountable difficulties throughout her short life in The Walking Dead, Dead City. Following the trauma of seeing her father dead and turned into a walker, she became nonverbal and was taken in by Negan Smith, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who allowed her to travel with him on the road, but that too had dangers around every corner and a heartbreaking betrayal when she learned that the man that she'd trusted and looked up to as a father figure was responsible for her real dad's death. Ginny has since regained her ability to speak and has set out on a new chapter in life, a journey to find and kill Negan, but she still seems to choose her few words very carefully. Mahina exclusively tells In Touch that while Ginny has learned that her voice does have a lot of power too, she believes that silence is definitely her superpower this season. "I think Ginny choosing a selective amount of words is very powerful because she knows what she wants to say, and she says it with confidence, and then she's done," the actress, 15, explains. "Like, she gets across her point, and then it's just, I said what I said." Mahina also reflects on the changes her character has gone through between Season 1 and Season 2 of The Walking Dead, Dead City, particularly how she is dealing with processing the new details of her father's death and her broken relationship with Negan. "I feel like you can definitely see the turn in how Ginny's emotions have altered, like, completely," she shares with In Touch. "We can see how she's accepted the fact that she really has nobody and she needs to figure out how to take on this world on her own." The NCIS. Hawaii alum notes that Ginny is expressing a lot more with her words than in the first season, but she's also continuing to express herself with her actions, such as when she insisted on joining the New Babylon military. "Like that fight scene," she adds, referring to the Walker Ring brawl with Maggie in Power Equals Power, the premiere episode of Season 2. She is letting out so much anger, and toward not only the Walkers, but to Maggie too. As the season rockets closer and closer to the finale, Mahina has to be tight-lipped on spoilers, but when asked to describe the remainder of Ginny's journey this season in 3 words, she offers In Touch: suffering in silence.